Hey everyone, I'm Tara and it is day 10 of corn harvest. If you're new to my channel, I'm Tara. I'm a farmer in Northern California. I farm grain crops with my dad, and in 2018 I planted my very first vineyard. Right now I am in the middle of doing a corn harvest series. I am very new to YouTube and I pretty much gave myself this challenge to try to get comfortable with the camera, getting videos up, editing. I appreciate everyone that's been subscribing. It means so much to me. It's been a challenge. If these videos aren't really your thing, but you want to follow my farming journey, still hit that subscribe button, because this isn't going to be what my channel is like forever, since we've got corn, alfalfa, land leveling, and the vineyard. So it's going to change throughout the year. This is just what's happening now, and it's really helping me break out of my shell. All right, let's do day 10 of corn harvest. It's actually pretty early this morning. It is 8:15. We can't start super early because there is like dew in the morning, so we don't want to harvest anything when it's wet. But most days so far we've had so much to do in the morning, we haven't been able to start till after lunch. So this is nice that we're actually getting an early start. The winds we've had has pushed the corn over a little bit. The one nice thing is the wind was in the direction that it blew the corn over in the row. It didn't cross rows. So hopefully we should be able to get everything harvested still. Doesn't really look like anything got really knocked over, it's just leaning. You can see that corn's really leaning. But we've definitely seen worse. When we move to different fields, I put the auger down just to make sure I don't hit it on anything. But normally once we stay in the field, I leave it up the whole time. My dad has been talking to someone for a little bit. I went home. I asked him, can I go home? Well, to his house, which is right down the road. So I went home and I got my YouTube video up because it loads so slow. And I kept waiting for him to call me to be like, okay, are you coming back? I'm harvesting or something like that. No, still talking. He's a talker. It's funny because I feel like growing up people wouldn't have, people would think my dad's like quiet or something. I was so loud. I mean, I was the kid that was super feisty and always in trouble for talking too much, but also because I think I was like the nice kid that wanted to be friends with anybody. So I mean, there was no kid you could put me next to that I didn't want to talk to. So I think teachers loved and hated me because I would never shut up. But now I totally think I get that from my dad. My mom's this like quiet, sweet librarian. My dad just talks so much. I get it from him. Who knew? Oh, isn't that guy leaving? No. It's almost full. I can see the corn just on the top right there. There we go. Means the buzzer's going off in the harvester. Carhartt hat that should be coming in the mail today, since this one has this nice sweat line. I ended up returning that green one. I wore it a little bit in the tractor, but not anything to get it dirty. I found out Carhartt has a woman's cut and a men's cut hat. And so that green one I bought just was uncomfortable. And this one was a gift, and I figured this must be the women's cut. Because see how it doesn't, like the guy one went way over my ear. And anyways, I think it's gonna arrive tomorrow. We're taking a quick little break to go to a lunch that our part slash like chemical place is putting on. I would say it's probably normally like a post-harvest lunch in, but we're not finished with harvest. My dad at first said we weren't going to go, but then last minute he was like, okay, we're not in a hurry, so we can go. So I'm about to pick him up and we're going to head over to that lunch. This is real reality TV. Just got back from lunch, so gonna hop back in the tractor, get to harvesting again. I understand that my videos are not very educational or possibly informational right now. Hopefully, as my channel goes along, I will be more educational, more informational about farming. Pretty much just me hanging out in the tractor right now, so I appreciate you guys following along. And you know, this is just the beginning of my YouTube journey, so there's going to be a lot of growth and a lot of new things. So yeah, you know, hopefully it's just uphill from here. Well, it's 1 o'clock now. I was all excited because we were starting early today and really didn't get that much done. I broke my little thingy majig that holds my phone. So I'm afraid this video might be shaky. Sorry. I already ordered a new one on Amazon, so yeah, not good. Well, I had this really awesome suction cup that held my phone up on the window, which was so great. I totally broke it. I just was twisting it too much and now it's broken. So I did order a new one. I probably should actually order another one so I have two. That way I don't have to move it back and forth, you know? I'm learning how to YouTube, okay? Anyways, so today might be a little rough on videoing. My dad's been driving the harvester all but that one day, partial day. I'm gonna try to get back in the harvester before we're finished. So if you don't know anything about farming, the goal of the bank out wagon, what some people call the grain cart, is pretty much so the harvester never has to stop. So once my dad has a full load, I drive beside him and he empties it into my bank out wagon, and then I can go to the truck and he can pretty much just keep rolling because he has a small hopper on the harvester. One person asked if we store our own corn. We don't. All our corn gets trucked to the local elevators, which is right on the other side of the river. And once it arrives to them, it's theirs. My dad takes care of selling all the corn, but we send it all to the local elevators and we use their trucking company. So that's nice because we just harvest it. That's it. We don't have livestock. We don't need it.
I'll have to open up that field to finish the next truck. Probably only have barely enough to finish this truck here.
We have an 8-row corn header, and our John Deere harvester combine is a 9500. A lot of people have asked that question. That thing sleeps in the shop year round. Both our trucks are full, so we're waiting for them to get picked up. We have at least one coming. But like I said in my last video, we live on an island. There's a bridge between us and the elevator that is closed. So they have to go the long way around down to another bridge. So they're a little behind schedule. I think it's really affecting them that that bridge is closed. They can prepare for it, but only so much. So my dad's going to fill up his hopper. Oh, I can see a truck coming. Hopefully that's for us. But my dad doesn't have an extension. If you've ever seen a combine with like the big extensions on top of the hoppers, he doesn't have that. So he can only hold so much, but he can fill out my bank out wagon and his hopper. And then normally once a truck gets here, if we're waiting, we've got that truck over half full as soon as they park. But it happens. Luckily, we're not in a huge rush, so we're just poking along. If you guys follow Zach, the millennial farmer, which you probably do, he was asking, what do you call these? We call them headlands. I have to go back and see, what did he call them, like back rows or something? But yeah, we call them headlands. What do you call them? I have literally tried to make the same clip 3 times. And every time I try, my dad talks to me on the walkie-talkie. I'm gonna put those clips in here because it's like, come on, Dad. If you guys follow Zach, the millennial farmer, he was talking.
Why don't you just go to the truck and hopefully I'll make it to the top, all right? I just think, yeah.
So when we start harvesting our contest plot, I'm going to try to...
My plan is to cut this one pass down, and that other, then I'm going to go to the other side of the field and fill the truck off the other side of the field.
Okay. He's a talker. And I can't even take video while I'm driving because I broke my thing. It holds it, but once I start driving, it's like...
Anyway, yeah, when I talked to Jason, he said you had already texted him.
Wait, are you going down the ditch on that side?
Right in front of you.
Oh, okay, that's what I thought. I just want to make sure. A little bit green and falling over. Oh. So when we harvest our contest plots, I'm gonna try to bring the drone out because it is slow. We have to have a person out here with us. We have to measure the field. That way we know exactly, and there's like an equation we have to follow, so we have to fill in all these numbers. When we do that, I'm gonna try to bring the drone out. We have this huge drone. I mean, it's not like the huge fancy ones, it's just big. So I can't carry it around with me. I don't have a low profile drone and I can't justify buying one right now either. My husband agreed to let me buy a new laptop and I got a new phone so I could attempt YouTube. So I don't think a drone is in the budget. Plus, the big one we have totally works. It's good, it does the job. I just can't really it comes in like this big briefcase, so I can't easily carry it around. But hey, maybe one of these days the YouTube channel will take off enough that I can justify buying one of those little low profile drones. But I need to use the big one more. I know a lot of you guys liked the drone video of harvesting, so we'll try to get it out here. Hopefully next week we'll have some drone video. When my dad opens up a brand new field like this, you can see there's no opening on either side. I drive right behind him. That way, if he fills his hopper with corn before he reaches the end, he'll cut out a little spot on the side. That way he can pull over and I'll pull up next to him and he can dump the load into the bank out wagon and keep on going. I just pretty much stay back a little ways. That way he can back up if needed. If I were not to follow him, he could get full and really be kind of screwed in the middle of the field. So it's just better that I poke along behind him until he gets to the end. Corn is falling over. It's not completely flat, but not exactly standing up either. My dad said the corn over there, it's leaning over, and as soon as he harvests it, just lays back over. He's worried about getting dirt running through the harvester. That's happening from a couple days ago. We had some 60-mile-an-hour wind, so it's a little rough out there. Well, my dad was worried that he was picking up dirt, and I would say he was right. Oh. Things were looking good, and I mean, we know they could be worse. But this corn over here getting blown over is not ideal. There's a lot of dirt coming out. My window wasn't so dirty, but you can see how the corn, in video it looks thin, but it's leaning over. This field was actually one for the yield contest, so that's a real bummer that this happened to it. I figured with my dad we have maybe 65 acres left. We're moving slow, but it won't be too many days. So start putting your questions in the comments for my dad, because once corn harvest is done, I'm going to force him to do a Q&A. He might fight it, but it's gonna happen. So I'm gonna collect as many questions as I can from all the corn harvest videos, but if you've got any, put them below. A lot of you have asked about the vineyard. Here it is, growing like a wild beast. I planted this in April of 2018. And the past year and a half has been all focused on growth. So there it is, my babies. They're looking really good. Everyone has told me they just look amazing for just being planted last year. I'm expecting a really great crop next year, but I am not alone. I mean, I always say I'm like a one-woman show, but that's because it's my farm and it's my thing and I don't have employees, but really I am not. I have some absolutely amazing mentors that I can call anytime who help me out. Crews do a lot of the work and they are amazing. They put in such hard work. So yeah, it's been interesting. Don't have a vineyard in my family. I'm the first one to do it. And it's been an adventure, but this winter we'll be doing some pruning, and next year is going to be the big year of training and my first harvest. So it's a ways away, but if you stick with me till next year, you'll get to see me have my first grape harvest. That's a wrap for day 10. Yeah, we are poking along very slow. I hope you guys are enjoying my corn harvest series. Remember to hit the thumbs up and the subscribe button. It means so much to me. And I hope you guys have a great day. Until tomorrow.